Got it.
My intelligence speaks of agitated whispers in Havon, then. And don't leave me in suspense. Treachery from within. This is it. I suggest we allow this heist to... This will be the end of the Valera's short, ignoble reign, and it most decidedly is. I have no use for a faint heart.
Alarm! Thief in the vault!
Thief me too.
Sorry, friend.
Okay. Another withers on the vine.
That's not very helpful.
You'd be better off mooning after someone with half a foot between her ears, lass.
You can't dictate what the heart wants, Seraphim. Thought you, of all people, would know that.
Well, the heart can be a right stupid git sometimes. It don't always deserve your listening.
You must gather... before venturing forth.
Am I supposed to play nanny? You, Martino. Enough! We have a guest. If you are not here to help hunting Principe dogs, it would be...
Well, you could always start shooting the shit out of...
Was that not in plan? Come back when the Rawatite dog...
Ado, I hear you kept... What can I do for you?
Cosi, are you accusing... Martino? Que? Martino. What can I do?
Sing us anything but the Naga's nethers, won't you?
What do you want? None of your goddamn business. It's of you to notice. I was a ruler beyond compare. Handsome, just, exceedingly well-muscled, beloved of my subjects and favored by Wotica. Excuse me? Sarcasm's my thing. Go find your own bit. In truth, I don't know who I was. So far as I can remember, I've always been a sword. Whatever memories I had of a time before, they're gone. A much better swordswoman than you, to start. Killing troublesome animancers, mostly. She was an agent of Dunnard Row, at least for a while. Her name is Ingfrith. None of your goddamn business. You haven't earned the right to ask me these...
Ahoy.
Yeah. No problem. Eh?
Nice it. Lava beyond
That's not very helpful. I don't think I can pull that off.
Me too.
Hey, that wasn't half bad.
worth rock.
Hey, whose side are you on?
Lava beyond mother.
Mo.
About the shores of Rauatai.
What for, Cap?
Now, what can I do? You see anything you like?
Ado, you return.
Yeah?
Keep it down.
Hmm? Something I can do?
I have already dislodged one trespasser from my head. I have no interest in another.
Sorry, lad. Thought that chip on your shoulder were for all to see.
Do you ever have a thought and just decide to keep it to yourself?
More than you know, my dear mate. More than you know.
Defiance Bay, am I right? I was but a face in the crowd, but I remember the one who walked out of Hadron House alive.
He's had more than a few. Perhaps we should go before this ends in rambling professions of love.
We haven't imbibed anything we can't regurgitate later.
Also something I'd like to avoid.
So, what brings you here, friend? Captain gave us extra coin to occupy ourselves while we're on leave. We've been draining Valian wine cellars and trying to remember the words of Rauatai anthems. Loudly, as often as not. I do not understand. We have done nothing wrong. Wonder if he plays any Rauatai songs. Come on, boys. Let's get out of here.
Uh-huh.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
What are you keeping an eye? Uh-huh. Well, that's not nice. Guess I wasn't so hot.
Eh?
Welcome back, welcome back. How might I assist you? Certainly, certainly. It would be my pleasure. Of course, it's mostly books and knickknacks. Maps I do on commission, you see.
Yeah. Eh?
Ahoy, Cap. Bend your ear, Tick. Shody seems a right fine lass and all, but, well, she asked me to pick around in the forts. Told her I didn't see nothing. I bounced right off of her. but that were a lie. Darkness, Cap, and little but. Then fires, make an ash of everything. I touched her mind for a second, but felt something pull me in and keep me trapped for what seemed like days. I ain't seen its like before. Sometimes, old sorts get nightmares so that I can't bunk around them. But they usually ain't this flavor of apocalyptic. Right, fair point, Cap. We all deserve a fighting chance against our demons. And mayhaps I can help the lass stack the odds in her favor.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Adu, what brings you to the Hall of the Valeres? Ach, the Bardato Bank shuts us out of... This is the richest prospect of...
Can't make coin at the expense.
If you know a better... Azali is a rich thug. And someday she will get what's coming to her. If we must. Well, Shoddery. This is not your feud. If anything, I question her interest. You have little to gain by peace between our families, but you speak as if you might. You want to help? Convince Azali to negotiate. She ignores my invitations. Until then, leave me be.
I no longer hear the perverted anthems of Rawatai echoing across Queen's Birth. And Zili has a new audience. Clever. Stick with me and you'll be on the winning side when the dust settles. Merla, you and my father are too alike. Go on. I'm still waiting on word for the next job. You have a few days to decide where your loyalties lie.
Adu, what brings you... If we must. Certainly. What is it?
My intelligence speaks of agitated whispers in the Valera household. Then ask, but do not waste my day with trivialities. Have on then, and don't leave me in suspense. Now we know enough to sidestep this particular trap. Here, I suggest we allow this heist. This will be the end of the Valera's show. It most decided. I have no use. Speak up. My business never sits still for long. Fratello doesn't make my affairs any easier with his wayward ambitions. His brood threatens open bloodshed in the streets, and he thinks... Delusional little snake. Fine. But you can assure him that I won't be alone. Go on then. Let him know, before I change my mind.
A new face to the Valera halls, and aren't we all so excited to see you? Stepping in the path of a jewel is a good way to get yourself in trouble. Speaking of trouble, better to let things run their course in the future, Ak. Water under the bridge. You wish to speak? Is drama an acceptable answer? I make sure the wine cellar is stocked, and that sons and daughters alike know how to carry a blade.
Ado, what brings you to the Hall of the Valeras? You really managed to convince that stubborn Pugra to show up. I'll make sure the estate is prepared to receive her, then. I will send a messenger to fetch Azali. Whether she is still receptive to the idea of a truce is ultimately up to her.
You're looking prettier than when you left, or so.
Merla, cut it out.
You run your bank like a crime syndicate. Some of us struggled to tell the difference.
We can take it up with the director anytime you feel like explaining why your children are intimidating my merchants. I see our would-be mediator has arrived. Well, we're here. I hope this wasn't some elaborate, ill-advised jest.
I would not willingly welcome a Bardato beneath my roof for the sake of a jest.
As long as the Valera remembers his place, we shouldn't have any problems.
My place is in the dueling ring. Care to let the gods decide, Lady Bardato?
Quiet, Martino. Watcher, now would be the time to lay out your reasoning. Ak, raise the stir in the White March Mountains. The same could be done here.
A force? Watcher? To what end?
A noble enough goal.
Atello, I hadn't realized you had a soft spot for the natives.
My goal? To wring out a little respect from this feud before we go under. The company will bleed us dry. We give our lives, our loved ones' lives, and they don't lift a finger to help us. The Bardatos turn their backs. Why shouldn't I teach my children to walk with their heads high?
One does not arm the competition. Besides, lesser people have made more of themselves without the aid of banks. Vagabonds. The only thing I'll say for Atello is that he is a son of the Republics. I'll treat him like any enemy of note.
I'm amazed you can say this with a straight face, Azali.
Once you own the castle, things change.
What else? We turned up and proved you didn't need 10 generations of inbreeding to get the job done. And the Bardatos took offense.
It suits you to play the slighted paupers, doesn't it? Atello Valera insulted me to the governor's face. His son maimed one of my guards. I tired of their play at innocence. I have raised up my family through effort and sacrifice. Yes. Yes, I do. They are passable sailors. I want the Principe out of the trade lanes.
What?
Half of this month's shipments are missing. I'll give you coin and crew for 5 ships to earn back my investment.
6 ships. With 6 I will drive the Principe from these waters like rats from a fire.
Even money says the Principe already be shaking in their timbers at the raw thought of your 6 fish-stinking ships.
You think yourself the first to underestimate us, little one?
6 ships. I believe we just made a deal, Valera.
Then it's settled?
So it seems. For the time being. Time will tell if this arrangement is a favorable one. My hosts, you'll excuse me if I return home.
Never saw myself breaking bread with a Bardato.
With our new capital, the fleet can be fully restored by month's end. Here, you may count yourself as one of the family. That grants you the right to this blade. Valera, the prince.
Leave it to a swabby from the Republics to think of.
Better that the Valeras ran our fleet against the rocks than suffer peace with our enemies. Ack, when we outfit our new fleet, I will vent my anger on the Principe.
Meaning no offense, friend, but that sea backing up in your swollen sack seems to be straight clogging up your brain. Of course, that'd be better than a bunch of little yous running around Deadfire.
Perhaps I will find you out on the water someday, Principonet. If the Bardatos are serious about financing our repairs, then the Valeras will be back at sea in no time. From there, we do what we do best. Hunting Principe boats and waving at the crew as they sink.
Cap, might you remind me why we be helping this barnacle cock swab slurper?
Yeah, got it.
I never thought to see a Valera on my payroll. I have not forgotten my debt to you. The Bardato vault is crowded with enough heirlooms that we won't miss this one. Ugh. My bank shoulders the cost of the Valian trading. It is said that no Valian may...
If that's true, we gotta stop shaking hands.
I'm certain you've...
No problem.
You've brought us peace in a difficult time. Thank you.
Say, lass, I'd like to try prodding your forts again. Savvy?
I can tell you what I see right now. Your insides are on your outsides, and you're covered in flies. It ain't the prettiest of sights, but go ahead, if you're feeling brave.
Ah, I see. Plagued by nightmares then, lass. Skies afire, boiling seas, that sort of shit?
Sure am. Don't try to hide it, neither. Tribulations from the gods are a blessing, not a curse.
Well, I ain't one for knowing gods and prophecies, but I can be sharing with you the ancient pirate's secret for sleeping like a babe, if that be of interest to you.
Of course, I wouldn't mind a reprieve. Just for a night or a few. If you got something, tell me.
Rum. Barrels of rum. Drink it till you see free of me, and you'll be sleeping through kraken attacks.
Watcher, always you are welcome.
Shame I weren't at that animancy trial. My mind would have cut Theos' plot to bloody ribbons.
Indeed. It's a wonder we ever stopped Theos without you.
Don't let it discourage, lad. I'd wager silver you can keep up.
How generous of you.
A light's foot and an heavy bullet, I cap.
Yeah, sure. Halt! What is your business at the Brass Citadel? You're the Watcher. The one who nearly caused a riot in Queensbirth. Grand Secretary Atsura wants to meet you. His office is on the lower level of Imperial Command. Up the stairs. Once you're inside, go downstairs through the room on the right. Hazanui Karu is the ultimate authority in the Brass Citadel. But she must endure the sops at the palace. When she returns, I'm sure she will grant you an audience. For now, Atsura Nui speaks with her voice.
Leave. No Valian spy is coming through on my watch.
I'm a merchant. I have business inside.
You want to see our walls, our cannons, our powder house. You must think I'm an idiot.
Ak, you got one thing right. The Royal Deadfire Company is a trading company, is it not? And you are on Kahanga soil. You cannot turn me away.
The Brass Citadel and the Royal Deadfire Company operate under the auspices of the Ranga Nui of Rawatai. We answer to him, not to you. And certainly not to some tribal queen of Nekateka. These Valians are always sending their spies to snoop around, and I won't have it.
And these Rawataians think they own anything they stack two stones on top of. I am here to conduct business, not engage in petty power struggles.
What? She's up to no good, I know it. Fine. But if you're wrong, we're gonna have a talk later.
Agresi, my friend.
Green islands and blue skies.
The locals don't know how good they have it.
Can you believe your eyes? I've never seen such a fair, pristine land.
I've heard they're grand, but I can't imagine they compare to this.
I grew up surrounded by storms and stones. Rawatai is my soul. But this place has enchanted me.
It's the land. Fertile, green, and abundant.
No, it's something else. I just can't put my finger on what.
I don't place much stock in that. Deadfire is a land of plenty, a promise to our people.
Perhaps that's it. This is a fine land.
Why does your Ronga carve his name
But what do
into
you
a rock?
squawk and gloat over a heap of stones? Akira, you Rawataians are strange cousins indeed.
The Brass Citadel is a marvel of modern engineering. With the gates barred and the cannons primed, it can withstand any attack and weather any storm. Surely you can see what a fine stronghold this is.
I'm sure someone once said the same about the ancient places in Deadfire, before storms and volcanoes made ruins of them.
We transformed a rocky cove into the best defended harbor in Nekataka. Such achievements must be celebrated.
This rocky cove was once a prized fishing spot for the Riparu. These Rowatayans act as if every bare islet is merely awaiting a fort or a farm. They cannot look at anything without planning to change it.
To strive is to survive. Those who would achieve greatness must make the world a better, more ordered place than they found it.
Why change the world when you can learn to live in it the way it is? This is what my people have done for thousands of years.
And wild barley grows on its own, but most of it dies without a skilled farmer.
Akira, nothing invigorates like a good discussion. Thank you for indulging us.
The Ranga Nui.
I must say, our adventures together have been a welcome change of pace. When we first met in the Deerwood, you were struggling for your sanity. Now you're fighting for your soul. I can't imagine the weight of that burden. And yet you've borne it, and more remarkably. I'm glad it appears so, though I'm hardly in the same position as you. The gods have sent you after Aethys, and every power of note in Deadfire has their own plans for you. That puts you in a position of incredible influence. I've known you to be a person of rare kindness. Still, I'm pleased to see that you don't take your responsibilities lightly. Perhaps so. But you must know how many lives hang in the balance. I hope you'll remember this in the days to come.
Oh. Then did your Riparu also write their names on other stones?
Eh? No problem. Yeah?
I always forget that part. Say, you're the Watcher of Cadnua, aren't you? I've never met anyone famous before. Except the Hasanui. She yells at me sometimes. Oh, all the time. Where's my white leaf? Stop daydreaming. Sabormi, if you lose the ledgers again, I'll have you clean the latrines. All this time, I didn't realize she knew my name. It's just, this is my first time away from the rough country. I'd heard there were thick, green forests and sandy beaches without a storm in sight, but I never imagined this. You must have traveled lots, seen all sorts of amazing places. I sure hope to. I'd love Rauatai, but it's hard to go a week without seeing storms, or hearing about mudslides burying a village somewhere. I really wish I could, but my supplies are for the Royal Deadfire Company and our allies. Maybe if you impress her or Atsura, they could make an exception.
Yeah?
Let's take a look.
I got it.
Hey. Uh-huh.
I don't think so. Why not?
Verses by the kitchen.
They weren't that bad.
Rhyming Hazanui with kablooey?
I can't think of anything else that goes with Hazanui.
Me neither. That's why I leave epics to the lore college.
Criticism is easier than creation.
Hey, keeping an eye out. Of course. Hmm? Sure. Yeah? Something I can do? Good thinking. Hmm?
Dim in the lantern.
Something I... Yeah?
Leave it to me.
Watcher Nui, the Lord of Cadnua. I'm not one for ostentation, but your remarkable display at Queen's birth suggests that you are an individual with skills, not mere style. Few with abilities like yours would be so humble about them. I am Atsura, Grand Secretary of the Royal Deadfire Company. Rawatai has long maintained trade interests in the region. While our homeland is rich in saltpeter, the violent climate and rocky soils make it a poor source for most other basic staples. It's my business to look after the mainland's interests here. That is a Valian frivolity. Leave it to them to observe a substance that occurs nowhere else on Aora, and immediately set about pulverizing it for profit. Nothing. We know too little about luminous Adra to understand the consequences of ripping it out. Perhaps you can help me keep them from doing more harm. It's not about what the Valians are doing to us, but rather to all of the Deadfire. The demand for luminous Adra has sent the Valian Trading Company into a frenzy. Their expeditions grow too bold, and their officers too greedy. Worse, their rapid expansion attracts pirates and threatens the outlying Juana tribes. This risks souring the Kahanga royals against all foreign involvement. But you can curtail their growth. By snapping up land we need to grow food and build ships for our people? Indeed. But our interests and Deadfire's are not mutually exclusive. The Valians have sent an expedition to Pococahara, a storm-wrecked island believed to house a vein of luminous. I hear you accomplished an incredible feat in restoring the luminous Adra near Port Maje. If your abilities allow you to do that, then perhaps you are also capable of the opposite. Find the luminous Adra at Pococahara. Render it unusable to the Valians. This should encourage them to develop the resources they have, rather than reaching for more. Deeply. But if a small sacrifice here will discourage the Valians from further ventures, then it is a worthwhile risk. I do not have the precise location of Pococahara, but the tribe on the nearby island of Tikawara could probably help. I suggest starting there. Now, what else can I do for you? It's a trading post, of course. Anything worth building is worth protecting. It's a trading... Rauatai is rich in saltpeter, copper, and a few other profitable minerals. We generally trade for food and timber, which grow poorly in the rough country. The Valians have become aggressive competitors in recent years, but our ships were plying the seas long before the Republic's declared independence. We learned the value of defending our goods and ships long ago. Clear skies. How do you mean that? Are you making advances at me? It's for the best. This would be a most inconvenient time to begin an attachment.
What do you need?
Clear skies. How do you mean that? Rauatai is composed of many types, but it's true, many here are soldiers and engineers, none of whom are especially diligent about paperwork. How do you mean that? It comes from years of practice. It's the only way I've learned to beat Karanui at Hazatoa.
Hey, well, don't see why not.
Captain, a light's foot and an heavy bullet. Cap, my fingers be fat and furry. Ever so nimble. Swabbed in smoke.
Yeah, good thinking. All right, but I'm keeping what's in there.
Ahoy.
Hmm? Good thinking.
Can't do it. Quietly.
Clear skies. It's a trading post I just did. How do you mean that? As you wish.
Something I can do?
You must gather your party before venturing forth. Good to see you again. I really wish maybe if you impress her...
Something I can do? What do you need? I got it.
Why not?
Many people, all Rowatide, to many lands you spread. Heed the call of the Raganui, his voice shall fill your sails. Forth to victory, Rowatide, triumph over your foes. Storm shall never bend your backs, nor battles break your swords.
Well, that's not nice. Of course.
can I do you for?
With sails unfurled and sword held high, to battle for glory and Rautai.
Faithfully done, Emiani. Report to Wakoyo Nui when your hands and your temper have healed.
That's the last time I ship out with some soft-handed runt. Come to gawk, too? My punishment's over, you know. I punched my captain. Though maybe he shouldn't have insulted my aim. Like I don't know the difference between a smooth and rifled bore. I'm not reporting back to Wakoyo, that's for sure. I crewed on mercenary ships before this. Come to think of it, that suited me better. Still a scramble root at heart, I guess. But I'm plenty experienced. Maybe I'll see if anyone's looking for an expert cannoneer. Don't take this the wrong way, but I only crew with captains I know. I'm sure you're capable. But I don't know enough about you. Yet. Let's talk again when you've made a name.
I've got all sorts of goods and supplies. Take a look before you head back out. Because I'm from Rauatai. Or, to be more specific, my ancestral home's been part of the Empire for decades. A few generations now. The usual way, I guess. Their soldiers beat ours. I guess it used to. When I was younger, I grew up hearing stories of the time before from my grandparents. But they were children themselves when Rauatai took over. Some wax romantic about the old days. Anyways, I'm just trying to make a living. That's why I don't know. I never known anything else. We've got the Rauataians' fancy new irrigation canals now, and the roads have gotten better. The ones leading into Tokoa, anyhow. Funny thing is, the further you go on them, the nicer everything gets, and the more it all looks like this. That's a better subject. Take a look.
What work?
Clear skies, my friend. I know of you already, Captain. The boats of our decorated armada have orders which spread them thinly across the archipelago. Rauatai finds itself in need of a privateer. Your ship, unmoored from Deadfire politics, is an asset I would grasp with both hands. An arrangement can help us both. You will empty the seas of competition in exchange for profit. This courage will win you many battles, I think. A Scylla wave skipper is your first target. A pirate shirking any pretense of lawful conduct in the open seas.
Most excellent. Asilla commands the Voyager River Dragon, which pesters a group of islands to the southwest of Port Mage. Ask away, my privateer. I would not have you take to the water uninformed. You have your assignment, privateer. I recommend completing it before seeking another. But the spirit! An official reckoning is drafted to account for every cannonball shot in the name of Rauatai. Our paperwork is most thorough. For every ship sunk, there is a legal justification. Our enemies will know the war is started on the day we fail to turn in our paperwork.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Cold as winter until suddenly she's not.
Meet her eye when you've got bad news. She respects that.
I don't think she likes me. I spent most of my career escorting foreign ships.
Many have. She's got nothing against scramble routes, but don't stare at her hand.
If this is about the Hazatoa tournament, I've got nothing to do with that, all right? I just serve the drinks. Some of the soldiers and sailors get to making unwise bets when they play. Like I said, I keep out of it. None of the regulars are looking for new opponents, though, if that's what you're asking. All the better for you, trust me. They always pay on time. They're run by the Ranganui, so they should, right? Also, I'm from a town near Tekoa. Rautai's full of all kinds of kith, not just Amawa. But the Amawa have a long history at sea. They make up a lot of sailors and soldiers, including most of the ones that ended up here. Sorry, I'm really only supposed to sell to captains working for the Royal Deadfire Company.
You must gather your party before venturing.
Yeah? I got it. Keeping an eye out.
Yeah.
Looking for a pistol or an arquebus? Rauatai makes the finest guns in Aora, and I make the finest guns in Rauatai. Craftsmanship.
If you ask my superiors at Imperial Command, they'll tell you our main exports are saltpeter and metal. Those are just things. They're prized because of what we do with them. Rauatayan industry is about discipline, precision, mastery of a careful art. Those qualities guide all that we build.
Something I can do? All right, but I'm keeping. Guess I wasn't so hard. What do you need? Of course. Hey. Well, that's not nice. What do you need?
All right. Which one of us am I thinking of now?
You be thinking of the Watcher.
That's 10 in a row. That's some talent you got.
Aye, the talent of noticing who you be glancing at before you ask me who you be thinking of. I'll give her a bad rap.
Yeah? Good thinking.
I'm sorry, but this area is strictly off-limits. Private property of the Royal Deadfire Company, that's what. Sorry, my orders come from the Hazanui herself. All it would take is one stray flame, one errant— No, I'm sorry, but